Reporting from Django in 2017, here is Marco and I'm at the booth of Upper Deck where they have a new game called Dread Draw that looks pretty interesting. I was curious about the art, but then I thought, well, I also want to know about gameplay. And Rob has agreed to tell us a little bit about the gameplay of this game, Dread Draw. Thank you, Rob.
Dread Draw is a pressure luck card ascension game. It's very simple, very quick to play, plays really well with 3 to 5 players. The artwork, as mentioned, is really nice. You'll see that the cards and that all the cards look great. Okay? Basically,
it's like a lot of like original art.
It's all original art.
So there are like no repeats in there?
Well, there's two copies of every card.
Okay. That's still, when you look at how big the deck is, that's a lot of non-repeat. That's a lot of unique cards.
So the idea is every player starts with 10 cards. I won't bother to count them. 10 cards in what you call a life stack to keep track of how many life points they have left in the game. And then you'll have a central deck that you draw from. So if I was the first player, I drew a 4. Now my opponent, I would be able to do the summon ability. Each card has a summon ability or a reserve ability. I won't go into a lot of detail right there. We'll keep the
So
game.
when you draw a card, you get the score of the points, but your opponent can activate the ability?
No, when you draw a card, you've successfully played it, and you get to activate the ability. And they have different abilities. Like this one is, you may play the summon or reserve ability of one of my opponent's cards, since I don't have an opponent and I can't really do that. And let's say my mythical opponent now has to beat 4. So he draws blindly off the deck, draws a 3. That's not higher than 4, so he has to draw again. Oh, but his summon ability does fire too. He gains 1 life through his life deck. Then he would draw again, 2. He did not successfully ascend, so he would lose that round. And then my successfully played cards, I would count up the red dots, and they would subtract from his life deck until he reached 0.
So when you win a round, when you win the confrontation, that determines the number of health points that your opponent's going to lose.
Right. So literally, that round took less than a minute to play.
And that could have been an actual round. It wasn't the short version.
That could have been an actual round. That could have been an actual round. So I will actually play a mythical round between myself and myself.
Rob 1 and Rob 2.
Throw out the cards there. Rob 1 goes. He plays a 1. Rob 2 plays a 3. His summon ability is you may banish an enemy card. Banish meaning to discard. Right? Now Rob 1's turn again. Now I have to beat a 3. 2 does not beat a 3. But I do have this. Look at the top 2 cards of the deck. Summon them regardless of escalation. Escalation meaning ascending in numerical order. I can summon 1. I'll summon that. 9 is now higher than 3, which would force Rob 2 to go. He drew a 2. He loses this round. I cost 2 damage. He loses these 2 life deck cards, one of which he now gets to place in a reserve card, which he can play instead of drawing blindly off the deck in the next round. Then these cards are all cleared off. The winner would go first, play a 5, a 2. I still need to beat 5. I'm going to play out of my reserve. Now I have 7. You see, it's really simple.
Yeah. In fact, I was wondering, what decisions can the players make? Just a second. We're going to cut this part with this annoying.
At the Rio Grande Ballroom, 233 on the second floor. Next night, we have to teach you some of our award-winning games like Dominion and Power Grid. You can even get a Dominion promo card. We hope to see you soon.
Okay, so some of the cards have different abilities, right? So if I successfully played this card, it lets me banish one of my enemy's cards. So tactically, I can say, okay, this is only a 3, but it would allow me to knock out one of his stronger cards, making him lower than myself.
And the decision is which card I can remove, because
you would be able to take out his best card, forcing him to a lower number, forcing him then to be sort of on the hot seat and change and try his luck with the deck. Right? Some of the abilities, I can play another player's summon ability. So I can go, oh, that card's really strong. I want to copycat it. Some of them makes your cards add to your reserve, your safe play cards. Some of the cards add life. Some of the cards add extra damage. Some of the cards force your player to change the order of his cards.
So the decisions for the players come from when to use the reserves and how to use and implement the effects.
Correct.
Although you can't decide when you get the effect, you can decide how to.
You can decide, yes. You get the effect when you play the card, so in a way you do get to decide when you play the effect.
Oh, okay, because I was ambition that when you draw
if they
it.
come out of your reserve.
Oh, yes. Okay, got it.
Right?
But those that you draw, then you can only choose how to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the game moves incredibly fast, and it can be played almost anywhere.
And
I played this on the way to Gen Con in the airport waiting in between flights.
And you said that it plays better with a higher number of players?
I found that it plays best, I like to play best with like 3 to 5 players. Because then you know, like, okay, I played this, who's the low person now? Oh, it's not necessarily clockwise, you're low. And you have to beat the next lowest player, which might be the man to my left. So whoever plays is always the low person, so that person doesn't go in a sequential clockwise fashion.
Okay, and how long does it take to play then, typically?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes, and literally you could go like, oh, well, shoot, let's play again, let's play again, let's play again. You can keep playing and playing and playing and playing.
And the game is available here at Gen Con right now, and
Absolutely.
will it be available to the general market right after Gen Con?
Right after Gen Con. It will probably release within 2 weeks after Gen Con.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rob.
You're welcome.